guest is a combat veteran who grew up in Connecticut and has written a book called Damn the Valley. Here is William Yeske. Thanks so much for serving our country and being here.
Oh, Ann, thank you for the support and having me. Sharing these stories is everything.
All right, let's get right to this. Tell me about your tours of duty. Where and when?
Well, the book is about one particular tour back in 2009 and 2010, where I was serving with the 82nd Airborne with Bravo Company 2508. And this particular deployment was it was really hell on earth, which is hence the title, Damn the Valley. We experienced a 52% casualty rate, which is just something unheard of on a modern day battlefield. And it was really due to some of the things that we faced as we walked through the landmines or the minefields of Afghanistan day after day and just experiencing loss after loss. And this book kind of covers in a raw and gritty way something that a lot of people, they don't get to see that side of it from the lower enlisted. It's normally a story that comes through from a general officer and is sort of diluted throughout there, and it's never from the guys on the ground. And being able to present this story, not only my story, but the story of the other guys, is where this became something special and extraordinary. It's been an amazing project.
So how did you decide to write this? You just had to? You were pushed to write it?
It's really always been something in the back of my head, is something to write down. But it wasn't until, we had brought the guys together for a unit reunion, and we experienced really this peer-to-peer connection. It was therapeutic for a lot of us, and it's been something that's been giving back into the veteran community and giving back to these guys ever since.
William, how do combat veterans learn to cope in everyday life when you're off the battlefield?
Well, really, that's honestly a lot of that, and a lot of what I've found is it's come through peer-to-peer support. There's the guys that have gone before us and kind of navigated this transition from service into everyday civilian life. It's not always easy. But really, it's been more times than not that I can reach out to some of these other guys and some of the support base that I've built through this book and been like, hey, I'm facing this right now, or I'm facing a family issue, or I'm facing a job issue at work. And more times than not, one of the other guys will come forward and say, hey, I've been through this before, and either discuss it amongst a bunch of us, or really just on a one-on-one more personal basis. But the fact that we experience so much within combat, those I guess the safeguards and those walls that we put up, they're not there between us veterans, especially combat veterans. We've seen the best of each other, but we've also seen the worst of each other. And that's kind of what builds that rapport in between us. And it's just there, it's built in. And, it's been something else to be able to take this and turn it into something to help other guys out.
William, are there more books to come?
Absolutely. There's actually something I wrote 5 years ago that's exactly that. It's my transition experience from the military into civilian life. I got out in 2015, and then it was business school in 2.5 years, and then moving on to some education with Columbia University, and now being a Columbia alum and showing other guys that you can do more out there, and pushing them to provide that leadership and to provide that community around them. They know what right looks like and what proper leadership looks like at one time or another from their military service. And we all have this built-in purpose to help other people. And I really think that, that purpose doesn't have to end in our military service. That's something that we can carry forward. And it's just finding that next mission, that really drives us forward.
William, good luck with the book, on your tour, and thank you for writing this. I know you're going to help a lot of veterans.
Oh, and thank you so much for having me and helping me share this story with other people. It's through this type of thing that, it makes it special. So thank you so much.
You bet. For more information about William Yeske and his book, Damn the Valley, go to WTNH.com or the News 8 app. He's so well-spoken and really leading the charge to help other veterans who oftentimes don't want to talk about any of this. And I can't even imagine life on the battlefield.
Me either, no.
But he puts it out there very rawly, and it's there for you to read.
It was so beautifully said, even that point about talking about purpose and purpose beyond the battlefield and beyond military service and life after. It was just really compelling.
So is the book.
All right, we'll be back with more here in just a minute.